Welcome to the English Bình Phước radio, television station and newspaper. And now our headline as usual. Chon Thanh is seeing slow disbursement of public investment. Bình Phước strengthens the fight against smuggling. Red flag pure water fetching a high price. Vietnam stress dialogue just responsibility at the East Asia Summit Foreign Ministers meeting. Vietnam monitors arrival from country with monkeypox. Ladies and gentlemen, Vice Chairman of the Bình Phước Provincial People Committee Huỳnh Anh Minh has held a meeting with Chon Thanh district on the disbursement of public investment capital in 2022.
Under the Planning Investment Capital for Basic Construction and National Target Programs in the district in 2022 totals more than 462 billion Vietnam dong. Public investment from the state budget to the province stands at more than 129 billion Vietnam dong, while capital assigned to the district is more than 333 billion Vietnam dong. As of the end of July, Chon Thanh had disbursed just 22% of the capital. Leaders of Chon Thanh district said the slow disbursement was due to the fact that 4 new road projects have begun, with total investment of between 10 and 30 billion Vietnam dong. These are large-scale projects requiring a two-stage approval process. Lengthy legal procedures and bottlenecks in site clearance have contributed to the tardy disbursement. Vice Chairman of the Bình Phước Provincial People's Committee Huỳnh Anh Minh asked Chon Thanh district limit any adjustments to planning for investment projects that have been approved. It is also necessary to have greater focus on site clearance. If there are difficulties in project implementation, a submission must be made to the Provincial People's Committee to promptly remove bottlenecks and ensure that disbursement is on schedule.
Steering Committee 3X9 in Bình Phước Province has sent a document to relevant department and agencies to strengthen the management and fight against smuggling, commercial frauds, and counterfeit goods in e-commerce.
The steering committee has asked its member units to regularly monitor and strengthen the inspection and control over e-commerce activities to quickly detect and handle the trade of banned and smuggled goods, counterfeit goods, and goods infringing upon intellectual property rights through social networks and e-commerce platforms. It also called for the strengthening of coordination between units and functional forces in performing tasks to promptly identify any inequities and publicizing legal provisions and the results of tackling violations in e-commerce to raise awareness and observance of the law among organizations and individuals. The steering committee also proposed publishing the phone and email hotlines of the National Steering Committee for the Prevention and Fight Against Smuggling, Commercial Fraud, and Counterfeit Goods, known as Steering Committee 389, and the Provincial Steering Committee 389 to ensure the timely handling of information from people and businesses on smuggling, commercial fraud, and counterfeiting in e-commerce.
Farmers grow red flag pure water in Quang Minh Commune, Chon Thanh district in Bình Phước Province are quite excited to see consumption and prices rising ever higher.
Red flash pearl guava is now selling for an average price of 18,000 Vietnam dong per kilo. First rate guava fetches 25,000 Vietnam dong per kilo, second rate 15,000 Vietnam dong, and third rate 5,000 Vietnam dong. That is the highest price farmers have ever commanded, and the consumption of red flash pearl guava is rising strongly. All post-harvest output is purchased by traders and taken to wholesale markets in Ho Chi Minh City for sale. Some 70 hectares in Quang Minh Commune in Chon Thanh district grows red flash pearl guava, providing hundreds of tons each year and creating jobs with stable incomes for dozens of local households.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vietnamese Minister of Foreign Affairs Bùi Thanh Sơn stressed the importance of dialogue, trust, and sense of responsibility while attending the East Asia Summit Foreign Minister meeting in Phnom Penh, the capital city of Cambodia, on August the 5th.
The participants held that a main task for the EAS countries now is to reopen their borders, resume trading, facilitate investment, and promote connectivity. They also agreed to enhance partnerships in innovation, digital transformation, energy, climate change response, and green and sustainable growth. In his remarks, Minister Bùi Thanh Sơn called on countries to have turned the East Sea into a sea of peace and stability, safety and security, and openness and freedom. Regarding recent developments in the region, the minister repeated ASEAN and Vietnam's stand that supports the One China policy. He called on the parties concerned to exercise self-restraint, avoid complicating the situation, peacefully resolve disagreements and disputes, and adhere to international law, the UN Charter, and the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia. At a meeting with Sri Lanka Foreign Minister Ali Sabri, Minister Sơn and his counterpart agreed to bolster ties. They also discussed orientations for mutual support at international forums, especially the UN.
The Ministry of Health has asked localities nationwide to monitor foreign arrival from countries with monkeypox as an early response after infections were spotted in the region.
Thailand, Singapore, the Republic of Korea, China, and Japan are some of the countries where monkeypox has been detected. Per the latest decision, foreign arrivals from countries with monkeypox will have their body temperature checked and be subject to other monitoring measures. Those suspected to be infected with the condition will be isolated and have their biological samples taken for testing. Vietnam has not recorded any monkeypox cases so far. Last week, Ho Chi Minh City proposed that foreign arrivals are asked to complete medical declarations at the border as one of the anti-monkeypox measures. Besides screening measures at the border, the ministry has also requested monitoring at different health facilities and added vigilance at certain events in the community. As of July 30, the World Health Organization has recorded over 21,000 monkeypox cases in 78 countries and territories.
The Vietnamese economy is likely to grow 10% in the third quarter of this year, driven by strong domestic consumption, according to Michael Kokalari, chief economist at Vina Capital, one of the country's leading investment, management, and real estate development companies.
Earnings growth are expected to exceed 20% this year, said a report entitled The Divergence Between Vietnam's Strong Economy and Weak Stock Market, which outlines expectation for Vietnam's economy in the last 5 months of 2022. It is attributed to the country's solid economic performance. Vietnam's real retail sales, excluding the impact of inflation, grew by 7.9% year-on-year in the first 6 months of this year. This figure surged to nearly 12% in the 7 months, which is far above the 7% year-on-year growth that Vina Capital had previously been forecasting for 2022. The report said a slowing U.S. economy is likely to temper Vietnam's export and economic growth. However, the impact of that slowdown will be offset by the country's strong domestic economy.
Phú Quốc, Vietnam's largest island of the southern province of Kiên Giang, has been selected as one of the 25 best islands in the world by readers of the U.S. magazine Travel and Leisure.
According to the magazine, readers' enthusiasm for the island stems from its white sand beaches and delectable food. The island is renowned for its production of fish sauce and indispensable Vietnamese condiment and peppercorns. Other attractions include its coral reefs and dense tropical forest, the magazine wrote. For this year's One Best Award survey, Travel Leisure asked its readers to weigh in on travel experiences around the globe to choose the world's best islands based on activities, size, natural attractions, beaches, food, and friendliness. Incheon Island in Italy topped the list, followed by Maldives and Bali in Indonesia. Phú Quốc, Vietnam's largest island, has gained popularity after the government allowed 30-day visa-free entry in 2014.
The northern mountainous province of Sơn La has a broad reputation for exciting outdoor activity. as it offers tourists a collection of wild spaces such as pine forest and tea plantation. When visiting Sơn La, visitors should not miss Ferry Waterfall, with both pristine beauty and serenity.
Located about 700 kilometers from Vân Hồ district, Ferry or Chiang Khoa waterfall is one of the most stunning and famous in the local area. The three-tier falls and calm turquoise water will keep visitors enchanted for a long period. Ferry Waterfall is a highlight of tourism in Vân Hồ district. It has helped improve local livelihoods and made a contribution to protecting forests. Recognized as a provincial-level relic site, thanks to its jaw-dropping landscapes and diverse ecosystem, Ferry Waterfall has become a highlight in Vân Hồ district's tourism development plan.
And that's all for news today. Thanks for watching BPTV News. Goodbye and see you next time.